Welcome to All Things
Welcome.
Mets Talk.
Welcome, Darren. You're the first to make it on
Hi, Darren.
our 5:30 time.
Woohoo!
Woo! It's early.
It's
what,
early.
What do you have to say? Shout out. Thank you.
Yes,
I
that's
love it.
nice.
We appreciate you as a subscriber. Thank you
Yes,
for
we
joining
appreciate
us.
You all.
Let's wait
Mark?
to get more people in. All right, Mark.
Hi.
Welcome.
Everybody.
And I'm Brenda, by the way.
And I'm Andreina.
Just in
if
case
don't
you didn't know.
You should know by now. But we'll remind you. Hi,
Emily! We got a surprise to show everyone about Emily.
Emily's surprise for her birthday.
Yes.
No, her anniversary.
Anniversary, yeah, but her birthday was not that far
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
ago, too.
Yeah, but she got a really nice surprise from her hubby. So we have it on cue. We're going to show it.
And by the way, there was something I learned about Emily going to the Mets game. Oh, no, it wasn't that you were at the Mets game, but the Mets happened to win on your anniversary and on your birthday.
I know.
Yeah, that's great. That's
I know.
crazy.
What's better gift than that?
Yes, and to win decisively too, right?
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
Hello, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Yeah,
Welcome.
That win was. Imagine not worrying about losing in the ninth inning.
How many out there were worried that the Mets might blow 8-run lead? Who was worried? Come on, put it out there in the chat.
Yeah.
So
I think Mets fans don't have any confidence. Do we? Do we have any confidence?
So what I've been reading from Twitter, X, Facebook, everywhere, all the Met sites from Met fans is that some people are really confident that the Mets are going to win 10 in a row or, sweep the Phillies in London or just start improving all of a sudden, So
hi, Margie.
Hi, Marge. We were just talking about how the Mets have won 3 in a row.
Mark is one of those.
Oh, so and we're looking for some feedback from you guys about how you feel about the Mets. Do you feel good because they've made some changes?
Hopeful versus
Yeah, like okay, you know what? Management did a little tweaking. They changed players in the lineup. They got rid of some players, and they're
moving.
winning.
Mm-hmm.
Lindor, had that meeting, and since then I think it's like 6-2 or something.
Since that meeting.
So and then, but then we played the Phillies this weekend.
Could have been, like Darren said, it could have been at the addition of Iglesias. And Torrance. I think that sort of sparked things up a little bit.
Yeah,
I agree, Darren.
Let's talk a little bit about that. So Torrance had 2 home runs in a game. Like, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember another Met this year having 2 home runs. One individual hitting 2 in a game. So if I could be wrong,
maybe Alvarez didn't have,
maybe Lindor, right? Maybe Lindor. I don't know, but I don't remember.
It's not over until it's over.
I just felt like, who is this guy hitting home runs? And he's not even a home run hitter.
Tom said we bring a positive vibe even amongst the troubles. Thank you, Tom.
I mean, I feel good. It's that emotional, like we talked about the roller coaster, the emotional roller coaster, and Met fans are so engaged with the team that I feel like I'm pulled in now. I feel like, ooh, they got me.
I feel like that since 1986.
No, but you were disappointed. We set this topic.
I've said this before. It's like a toxic relationship. When things are bad, they vacuum you back up. It's like, it's there's definitely toxic.
Well,
right?
I mean, we set this topic up about trades and the Mets, like, what are they going to do? Everybody's had these trade rumors. They lost so many in May. They started June poorly. And then it's like, oh my God, now they've won 3 in a row and they're 3.5 back from the wild card. So I'm like, what? Now we gotta switch it up a bit. I mean, we'll talk about trades because I think that's on a lot of people's minds. But what do we have out there?
Let me see. Emily said that they better win with them or better without McNeil.
Yeah, so
we're gonna get to that.
There's a lot of McNeil talk for sure.
Greg wants to see them split with Philly and beat the Marlins next week.
Yeah, I
How about sweeping the Phillies? Come on,
He's not that confident. But
yeah, Greg said it when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about this team, and they did that last year for a little bit. And you felt like, oh my gosh, should they be sellers or buyers? And you didn't know where they were going until they just pulled the plug. And we'll see if that happens, but not if they're winning. They're not going to be sellers. So
yeah,
except for maybe Alonso, right?
They might be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Oh, it's raining.
So what do we think about, since I mentioned Alonso, we have a lot to talk about because I want us to go back to Strawberry Day, but we have some more comments. Let's get to those and then we'll talk about Alonso a little bit.
Yes. Darren said Torrance also makes strong, accurate throws to gun out runners and also has a good pop time. Yeah, definitely.
And wasn't it perfect that not only did he hit those 2 home runs yesterday, that he made the last out on a really good line drive.
That was Iglesias,
to end the game. Oh, Iglesias. Yeah. Sorry. He threw. Okay. Now I'm losing my mind. Let me go back. He hit the 2 home runs, but he threw a runner out.
Yes,
that's where. Okay. So that's where my mind. But Iglesias is another one that sparks.
Yeah. No, they're both doing great. But that's why it's easy to confuse them because they're both doing great. They're like veterans. Kind of in the late 20s.
Torrance is a little young, but he's been around, right? And we got him for $100,000.
What a bargain!
I know. Any other $100,000 players out there that could spark the Mets? I want to know.
Greg said the National League stinks. They're only 3.5 out of the wild card. Yeah, I think it's more like 4, but that's true. We still have a chance.
Yeah, maybe it's more. I know people say they stink, but maybe it's more parity. And I think a lot of teams are like the Mets in being streaky, right? We're seeing a lot of that. We see that, and this is in the National League East, but we see it with Cincinnati Reds. So they were terrible in May, and then I don't know, all of a sudden don't quote me on this, I think they won like 6 in a row. I'm like,
well, if Kika joins, we'll know. But
tell me, what do you think?
No, I want you to tell me about Strawberry Day.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is controversial. I know we want to just stick to like how great the Mets are and they're going to London, but I'm just going to go a little bit off on Strawberry Day because I was there. And I know Emily was there, and I got to meet her face to face for the first time. So that was really cool. So
incredible, right?
It was incredible because we bonded here on the podcast.
Like we know her already, but then
I know we're bonded, but we never saw each other face to face. We had to go to a game. So should I talk more about Strawberry?
Before you say that, I have to highlight this from Jessica.
Oh, Jessica's here.
Play Washington every night.
Yes. So, but you know what? Washington had a better record than us. So everybody's saying, "Oh, they played a terrible team." Well, they played somebody who had a better record, and they beat somebody.
We don't care. We lost to.
You have to win those games regardless of the opponent.
Yeah. So tell us about Strawberry Fields.
Oh, here we go. Strawberry. Okay, so Strawberry, despite having problems off the field, was tremendous for the Mets. When he came up, he was electric. He had that, great swing, home runs, just he had it, and without him, they wouldn't have won the 1986 World Series. And of course, you had the other players as well, like, Doc and
Keith Hernandez.
Keith, of course, the guy you love. But he had those off-field incidents, and people do not think that he deserved this day, or at least that he deserved it before other players, like potentially like Carter or Kranepool, or I saw a lot of that out there. So I want to get your opinion about if you thought that Strawberry deserved to have his number retired, to have this ceremony, and if you thought Cohen did right by him, by the fans. So
despite all his arrests and legal problems. And I found something really interesting that I don't know if I can say on the podcast.
What's that?
He admitted to have a sex addiction.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah.
And then he said he had SCX between like innings.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that's But
Yeah, well,
I think thank you for bringing that up, because now I'm like, ugh. No, but I do feel like addiction, whether it's drugs or substance or sex, is just, it's so hard. It's a demon. It's hard to overcome. And you don't forget like all those mistakes that he made and how he disappointed the fans and he didn't fulfill his dreams.
Yeah.
But, I forgive.
I forgive too. Mark said he turned his life around, and he did.
Yeah.
And helps others get sober and stay sober. So definitely an MVP. And Emily agrees. The Strawberry deserves. He's a legend. We agree.
Yeah, I mean,
and then Greg said, I remember seeing him in St. Pete one spring training in 1983. He was filming a commercial. I couldn't believe what a physical specimen he was. 6'6" and 190 pounds.
Yeah. He came up homegrown too. And
one more from Jessica. What Strawberry meant to the Mets in the 80s far outweighs his struggle, especially since he now has control over things. And he's using his experience as a testimony. Beautiful words, Jessica.
And,
yes.
And he's not the only one out there that dealt with demons and how to overcome it. And not the only one on the Mets. Because besides Doc Gooden, I mean, your boy Keith also struggled too, and we retired his number, but I didn't remember a lot of flack for that. And I was at that retirement too.
Yeah, you have a record going. Emily said that she promises his mistakes weigh heavier on him than the fans. And I'm sure because of his speech, he was like, he apologized for leaving, and he all these words that he said about what struck me the most was when he said, like, thank you, God, for giving me, I think he said something about loving me enough to keep me in earth and this planet. Like he's been through a lot, like not just legal, but like health issues, cancer, heart attacks. The granddaughter got like kidnapped in 2021.
Oh, I didn't read about that. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, so moving on.
Yeah, that was my thing on Strawberry. So thanks for the input. So let's get to maybe we can talk a little bit about the London series a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah. So what do you think? We did talk about the Mets winning, and if we thought, they would win, they would continue, but we had the split. Like Greg said, a split would be nice. Any of you think that the Mets could actually sweep? And then the other thing is, what about who they're bringing to London and who they're not? And, Emily touched on McNeil. I would like him to stay back, honestly. What do you think, like, some of their roster for London?
Is McNeil going?
He's going.
All right, but as long as Iglesias goes, I don't care. I just think it's weird the way that Mendoza, and it's not weird. I think he has to say it. He said McNeil is still our second base.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's okay for him to say, to kind of squash rumors of like, they're going to send McNeil out. that's okay. But I just don't want this to turn into a Vogelback
or
nightmare.
Buck, basically.
Yeah, basically keeping Vogelback on every game when he was not performing and delivering. So from what I see, I think he's going to have them kind of split a little bit, and I'm okay with that.
And the other thing too from last year is that not only did they stick with certain players, they didn't give other players opportunities. Vientos, I'm so ticked off that they didn't give him a chance and didn't think he was worthy, and now he has to go out and prove it, and he's doing that. I think, you know, the management is saying, hey, you know, this guy is helping, contributing to
there might be a spot for him, and I'm afraid to say where that spot might be. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's another story, right? Or another, you know, a good issue,
that's
right?
Our trade topic.
Well, they're bringing Beatty to London.
I'm not thinking about Beatty.
Not Alonso.
I'm thinking about Alonso.
I don't.
You can put him on
first. Let's see what people think. What do we got out there?
Do you guys like having Vientos on first and trading Alonso?
Well, we didn't get into Alonso. I'm curious what people think about what's going on for this weekend, let alone
well, I know we skipped way ahead. Darren said Mets hitting more sacrifice flies hopefully continues, and the Lindor Iglesias combo turning more double plays. Yes,
I know that was a shocker, wasn't it? It was like,
it's beautiful.
Does that happen?
And like, Severino, it almost like a shutout. Gosh. I was so mad when they hit towards the end of the 8th.
And got the run. I was hoping he would go 9 because I just want to see one time this year a Met pitcher go 9
complete
innings
game.
Because how many pitches did he have?
He keeps going further.
He didn't have a close to 100 pitches,
but he keeps going further. Maybe next time they'll leave him until the 9.
He was mad about it. Did you see him in the dugout? He was pissed. He was telling him, "I want to go out."
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think if he had a better 8th, he would have gone out in the 9th.
True.
Yeah.
Tom said the Mets are due to get hot. The one thing I remember about when the Red Sox play the Yankees in London is the ball flies out of the stadium. There will be lots of runs scored and lots of homers. Ooh,
well, wait. First of all, that happens anyway against the Mets, regardless of what field they're at. Like Citi Field's not supposed to be a home run hitting ballpark, but the opponents don't have problems. The Mets do. But
so there was 91 pitches for 7.
91. You could have at least started maybe if you got the first guy.
Yeah.
If you didn't get the first guy out, maybe then pull him.
Okay, so Jessica said she thinks that we have to keep Alonso unless you get a better prospect than you can get with the first round compensation. They will get if he leaves via free agency, and I don't see that happening. So I keep him. She keeps him. Okay. No, I'm sure he's gonna stay.
I'm not sure because that was all the rave right before they started winning was Alonso is going to be traded because they have to get prospects.
Darren said that all 3 starters got the win in that series. Yes,
and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last 2 wins, every single player in the lineup, starter or in the starting lineup got a hit. So I don't think they've done that in a long time.
They're capable.
So that was a big deal. That was like, what? You know, there's always somebody going for something, right?
I think Darren is comparing London Stadium to Coors Field.
Yeah. So that would, you know what? It'll make it exciting.
I think so.
Right?
And it'll maybe the weather. I mean, maybe there's more barometric pressure or something. I don't know if that would maybe jet lag. Maybe the jet lag but they can affect both of them, right?
Yeah, you're giving different factors, right?
Yeah.
So Greg had mentioned to me earlier, he sent me a note about Ottavino not being able to adjust, Ottavino not being able to adjust to the jet lag.
Yeah.
So in last year, but you know what I say? Just leave him home.
He could be always jet lagged.
No, I say just leave him right in New York.
Too late. I think he already made it, right?
Oh, too late. Okay. I don't know. I think that's an excuse.
Marge said the Mets are flying 3 extra players to London. Beatty, catcher Joe Hudson, whom they just added to the 40-man roster, and reliever Cole Sulser.
Yeah, so people are like, what are they bringing another catcher in? But that's just a safety net. If the catcher, catchers go down, not everybody can catch. So you need to have that.
Yeah,
three.
they had to
you
make
have
that
to have
choice.
3. It's not like you could just bring somebody over to London to catch if they go down. So we'll see. Yeah, he probably won't even play.
Going back to like Mike Neal comment, and I wrote something and I want to say it. The Mets are 5-0 when McNeil has not been on the lineup.
Yeah, you know what, too?
Mendoza knows that.
You mentioned what Mendoza said about him, and he made that comment about being his second baseman and being all like confident. It's McNeil, and then he didn't start him.
I know.
I was like,
that's why I think
how funny, right?
I think he was told to say that because Mendoza normally just says whatever. I think he's known to just not really be so political or diplomatic about what he says. So I think he was asked to say that. Honestly, that's my opinion because he's been playing Iglesias.
I love Iglesias.
All right, let's see.
At least now.
So yes, the Yankees won the first in 2019, and I think the Cards won the second one in 2023, and then 17-13.
Wow!
6 homers
I remember. Yeah,
wow,
that's crazy.
12. The second they won 12-8.
Yeah,
and 4 homers were hit. Wow.
Watch, they both are having a pitching duel because and it never is as planned, right?
Greg knows the insides about this. The Mets used a different plane last night. The seats turned into bed, so they could sleep during the 7.5-hour flight. And Darren said that Daniel Nunez and Danny Young have been impressive. Very true. I have it in my notes here.
I'm glad you brought them up because it's like one's a setup and one's now a new reliever. And I know we've heard this rumbling that Diaz is throwing in the, getting ready to come back. But it's like, if we're doing,
I feel okay.
Well, right. Let's leave it as is, right?
Yeah.
Don't mess with it.
Yeah. Let him get ready.
Yeah.
We have Yuki back. He said,
"Oh, good, Yuki. We want to connect with you so we could send you a T-shirt."
Yeah, your T-shirt. He said that Jeff McNeil's Mets days are numbered.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's not just his playing; it's his whiny attitude and behavior.
Yeah,
and I got a feeling that the players don't like that. And
it's definitely not. It's gotta be a little demoralizing for everybody to see him react that way.
And I always thought that the shift change had an impact on him. When they changed the shift rules, notice that's when he wasn't able to, I don't know, he could adjust then, and now he can't. I can't figure out why, but.
And you said before that he didn't join for spring training. He was playing golf.
He was playing golf. Yes. And people say he's injured, and that could be an impact as well. So what else do we have out there? I want to definitely get to that video. That's really fun stuff. But do we have other comments about what we've been talking about?
Before we play the video,
Marge has something, or do we mention that one already?
I mentioned that.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, we're gonna go. Emily got a really cool and super awesome gift from her husband for their anniversary.
I want that. Ron, I want that. Go ahead.
I want him too, but I want him in person.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
I know. Let's see it.
Here, Emily, Keith Hernandez here of the SNY broadcast team and formerly of the New York Mets. And I know that you are a huge Met fan and a fan of Gary, Keith, and Ron. I know this because of your husband, Brendan, who's made this video possible. Wants me to congratulate you on your anniversary, your 8th wedding anniversary. And there's no date on it, so I'm sure that Brendan's going to show you this on your special day, both of you. So congratulations to both of you, really. Congratulations on 8 years of marriage. And season, the Mets have been playing terrible. But I can't wait, evidently, to see you. You guys come to the ballpark, so I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. That's Riley, Katie, Brendan, and yourself.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Seriously,
what
Emily,
a nice gift. Brandon, you outdid yourself.
Wait, and who has those connections? Hey, Keith, I'm calling you now. It's our wedding anniversary.
That's the Cameo app. They do that. It's like you can go there.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like you pay though.
Yeah.
Right?
The celebrities charge.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Yes.
I did not
Cameo.
know. Oh my gosh. Wow, what a
Yeah.
gig though for them too. So
Yeah, so you pay them, they do it.
and you have a script
Yeah.
and then they talk
Well,
about
it's a
it.
birthday, anniversary, whatever that is.
I bet you though Brendan didn't say the Mets are doing it's so
Terrible.
horrible and terrible
That's
for the Met
okay.
fans, right? He threw that in there.
March liked it. Oh my God, that's great. Congrats. Mark loved it. Great. Emily, of course, the best.
Aww.
I bet
Surprise.
Alvarez was not on that website.
Yeah.
Did your husband have to help him move furniture?
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, some
Little
of Keith added.
favors.
Yeah, Keith definitely added some of his own. He had
Well,
lived a little bit.
That I love that too. I mean, saying the Mets are feeling miserable because they're terrible.
Marge says she would have Keith do the dishes, but that's me. He added the part at the end where he said being a Mets fan is painful.
Oh my gosh.
He is so honest and so like himself. I love that.
Yeah, I love the three of them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're so authentic. There's nobody else out there. I've listened to other broadcasters and really nothing compares. I mean, maybe I'm biased, I'm a little biased, but when you have two players and then you have a guy who's been a Met fan forever, with Gary Cohen and
I just don't like when he jinxes things.
Well, that's, I think a lot of broadcasters are guilty of that.
Oh
right?
my God. Every time he says something, I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. And they should know better, right?
They should know better.
So I think there were some other comments about maybe McNeil or something that else was up there. Let's see what other people have to say.
McNeil names are numbered.
Okay, maybe I'm just seeing
McNeil's.
things.
Wait.
We're just going. We're just checking the chat, see if we missed anything.
All your comments are shown.
Yeah, we want to highlight you. Okay, that's okay. Oh, we have something very important to say.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget. Listen, guys, this is so important. We are going to a Met game. All Things Mets Talk is having not only a group outing to watch the Mets, but to hang out before the game, to do some tailgating in the parking lot. Really, we're going to hit like a grassy area and kind of
pound some beers.
Yeah, beers, food, like really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Then we're going to see a game, an opponent that I think we can beat, the Marlins, and it's going to be August 17th. and that's a Saturday. The game's at 4:10. So we're going to meet up early, like 12:01, so we could just hang out, get to know each other. Some of you, we don't know. We never met you.
If you're up for it, show up. We're going to be there.
Show up. But we have to get tickets. So we have a question for you guys, okay? We're going to throw this out. So, there's different seats in the stadium, and we need to figure out where to get the seats, right? And how much people would pay to see the Mets. Now, a week ago, I was like, oh, God, nobody's going to pay more than $10. But now, who knows? Maybe they'll be in it. It'll be really, it'll be important, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun anyway to go. Yeah. So would you pay? Now, this includes a fee, right? Because there's always a fee with the ticket. So would you pay like $40, $60, $80 per person? Sorry, I don't see anything under, for a whole group to get seats together.
Are all of our
under
subscribers
40
on X? Because maybe you can do a poll, like you do your polls.
Oh yeah, I could do a poll. But they may be like people that aren't subscribers.
That's what I was asking.
No. So I'll get like all different people.
I think we'll bring updates on every podcast.
Yeah, but we need to get the tickets pretty soon. Because once they win 10 in a row, those seats are going to be taken.
Yeah, Mark said that around Natty's birthday, maybe Nathan and Savannah will want to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need to know who's kind of interested.
Yeah, I think it would be really a fun day. I love the 4:10 start. I know their record's not great during that, but then again, 7:10, 4:10, 1:10. They love
surprising us.
They lose all those times, so it doesn't matter. But anybody interested in going to the game besides Mark?
Yeah, we don't have to. You don't have to say it now, and we can, next podcast you can think about it and let us know for next podcast.
And if you're on All Things Mets Talk with X Twitter, you can also email as well.
Mark has never been to Citi Field.
Yes, and wait, is Tom on? Because Tom never went to Citi Field too. You're coming, Mark. I know you're coming. And if I have to come get you and drag you, I'll drive and you'll see what a New Yorker is like going to Queens. I'm like crazy driver. I've driven,
She's
right?
Not crazy.
I know. I think I'm crazy. I was trying to be calm when I was driving. Okay. I'll be calm if I have to drive anyway. Emily's in. Where's Tom? Did he leave?
Maybe he's
all right. Something because I want him to come because he's never been to Citi Field. If you've never been to Citi Field, you are missing out.
Yeah, no, and we'll talk about it on every podcast, and we'll get to, the final number, like maybe by next or the other podcast, we can net out.
Yeah, we're gonna finalize it soon because, like I said, once they start winning, and they've already clinched a wild card, then that's,
wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about baseball now is that you can actually
it's really not over till it's over.
Mediocre and make the playoffs, and then you can actually go to the World Series if you're mediocre. That's what it's come to with all these wild cards. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
I don't like the beginning of the playoffs when it's like the best, like 2 out of 3. Like I don't like that because you just don't know. Look what happened in the Mets, 2 years ago with San Diego, but we won't go there. Oh, Tom,
I would love to go and meet you guys. I have to check with the wifey, and he didn't say that, with my wife and with the local officials to see if anything is going on that day. Well, let us know.
And by the way, bring a spouse, bring a sister, kids, bring the family. Yeah. We're very family oriented. Yeah. We'll keep it clean.
Always. Unless they lose.
And I want to add one more thing.
Why?
Because when I was talking to the Mets rep about getting group tickets, I asked about Dog Day. Because I want to bring my dogs to the game.
Wow. Okay.
So I was like, And it's in September. So anybody want to bring their dogs to a game? I know Tom's got dogs. Let me know. You need like 10 or more people for doggy day? I didn't know that. Oh, wait. It's not 10 or more people. It's 10 total dogs and people.
All right, we'll cross that bridge when we have to.
Okay, we'll get there. But I want to bring that out there.
Why are your dog bites people?
That dog is no longer around,
Oh.
and she passed away. And you know that she was very scared when she tried to bite you. Just saying.
She
Okay.
was like, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah, no. My 2 dogs now do not bite. I did have a dog that did.
Well, guys, enjoy the break.
Yeah. So
And we're gonna get ready to watch some good baseball all across the pond.
So keep in mind, since you mentioned across the pond, 1:10 on Saturday and 10 a.m. on Sunday. And please do not tell anybody that I'm going to miss church to watch the Mets.
Oh.
Or maybe
Wow.
I'll go to church and watch the Mets at church.
I don't think your pastor's watching this.
No, but my pastor's away, so we won't even care.
Then, you're good.
But I'll still be praying for the Mets, of course.
Wait, Darren said, of course.
Yeah, I pray for the Mets every day.
The 80s Mets would have been in playoffs from 84 to 90
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they had
no.
current wildcard format. Yeah. Mhm.
No, you can go on and on with that. But it is what it is. We also have, there's more teams now, a little more teams. Loud, it was the music.
No, I'm gonna turn it down.
Okay. All
I
right.
just wanted a little, like, in the outskirts and it's time to go.
Okay. So,
Guys, thank you so much for joining us and participating.
yes, so please subscribe if you haven't. Please tell your friends, tell your neighbors, let everybody know so they can join, they can subscribe. It really does help us. We appreciate it. We love you guys. We love the interaction. You're very knowledgeable and we appreciate it.
And we're having fun.
And we're having fun,
Whether
right?
they lose or win or lose,
And I'm
we have to keep going.
And I'm glad to see people that gave up on them that are back. So good.
Yeah, there's always people
Yeah.
that give up.
Yeah. So let's hope for a split or better.
I think what I say sometimes is like, they say gotta believe. What I think is my God, mainly is like, I wanna believe. I wanna believe.
Yeah. Me too. Make us believe. How about that?
Yeah.
Show us that we can believe.
Yeah.
And I think this week they did.
They did.
They did. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate it. No game tonight. Watch basketball.
or Netflix, whatever you want to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Love you.